Welcome, my Mercurial mercenaries. I just watched Smokin Out the Window by Silk Sonic. Cards on the table, I once did a reaction video to Anderson.paak's Malibu, and I thought it was excellent. What an all-rounder. Great voice, great drumming. Long-term viewers know I'm a fan of people smashing round shapes with sticks. Silk Sonic. This is the collaboration of Bruno Mars and Anderson.paak. Bruno Mars, to me, has been one of those artists that people who aren't really into music listen to because it's on the radio, it's part of their lives. Never featured in my life because I'm a bit of a muso. Avoid the popular, avoid the popular, avoid the popular. The Beatles were popular for a reason. Kanye West is popular for a reason. Michael Jackson was popular for a reason. Popular means people buy it, people pay for it. Popular puts food on the artist's table and good music in your ears. So maybe I need to get over my prejudice. Bruno Mars. Yeah, the public like him. Cynicism alert, cynicism alert. Do a video on him, Mercurial number 6, get some views. So I listened/watched Smokin Out the Window, and I was impressed. Silk Sonic, the coming together of two huge music figures. This is going to lead to a discussion of supergroups, but Smokin Out the Window. I love the overall vibe of the visuals, I love the vibe of the music, I like the element of comedy in the lyrics and the visuals. The lyrics, so this guy's going out with a girl, he's spending a lot of money on the girl, he wants the girl to be just his, but he realises over the course of time that she's everybody's. And the visuals complement the theme. Bruno Mars is singing, and then Anderson.paak interjects, this bitch got me paying the rent. And then later on in the video, they swap roles. Anderson.paak singing, Mars interjecting. It's like astrology. Best lyric in the song? Not to sound dramatic, but I want to die. And then the way in the video Anderson.paak dies and Bruno Mars keeps singing while Anderson.paak is stretched out on the floor made me laugh. I can't remember whether it was out loud, but it at least internally made me smile. The choreography in the video, that old school 50s, 60s style. A bunch of men moving in syncopation. Not quite up to the standard of the Shadows in the late 50s, early 60s. A group of men holding guitars and doing this together. But nevertheless, some gorgeous moves going on. Again, long-term viewers of the channel know that I like instruments playing in unison. Drums and bass and guitars playing the same thing creates power. This song has that, and then the video amplifies it with the stamping of the feet. Silk Sonic. I was expecting it to sound smooth, and it does sound smooth. It sounds luscious. And I was worried that it would be lacking an element of danger, but the fact that the song is smoking out the window, and in the video, everyone is smoking, and in given it's 2021, and smoking so frowned upon, just the blatant way that they're just so enjoying it. I'm not a fan of smoking, but the visuals are majestic. When I was growing up, all my favourite bands, and especially when you watch the documentaries of the making of the albums, they all smoked. You had John Lennon smoking, Paul McCartney smoking, Jim Morrison smoking, everybody's smoking, everybody's smoking. It's like tobacco, nicotine, created artistic vision. And I suppose combine cigarettes with other drugs and alcohol, you wouldn't have had 20th century art without them. You can smell this video, and I mean it in a good way. I don't mean it in a tobacco-ridden pub fag ash way. I mean like a decent cigar. That combined with the visuals, the stars and the lighting, the moods, the sunglasses. That's what I need to talk about, the style. I need to get a pair of these sunglasses. I'm going to get a pair of these sunglasses. This song, this video is fun. The collaboration of two already successful and respected musicians. This is where the question, which I want you to answer down below in the comments section, it's this, all right? What is the best supergroup of all time? Now, we have to define supergroup, because if you Wikipedia it, and you're allowed to, so Wikipedia supergroup, and read through the list, you've got to pick one of those and put it down below. Now, historically, most people will say one of the first supergroups that kind of hit the public consciousness was Cream, Eric Clapton and Ginger Baker. I know, I think the individual members need to be more famous than that. They need to have already permeated society. They need to have already hit the radio, and members of the general public need to have at least heard of some of them. Probably the ultimate example of a supergroup is the Travelling Wilburys. because that was Bob Dylan, famous. George Harrison, he was in the Beatles, famous. Roy Orbison, Tom Petty. We're talking undoubtable, undisputable fame. Didn't much like them though. I mean, that's the problem with supergroups. Just because you get a collection of people who are really good and who have proven themselves in the past together to create something, it doesn't mean it's going to be any good. Let's talk about some of the supergroups that I've liked. I've written a few down. Shut Up. Temple of the Dog, that was a grunge supergroup, members of Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. Velvet Revolver, that was a kind of supergroup. Stone Temple Pilots mixed with Guns N' Roses. Mad Villain, MF Doom and Madlib. Them Crooked Vultures, that was an interesting band. So this is the bassist of Led Zeppelin, Dave Grohl, Nirvana's drummer, on drums, and Josh Homme, I can never pronounce his name right, from Queens of the Stone Age, singing and playing guitar. As far as modern supergroups go, this must be up there. And I watched this band live, absolutely phenomenal. Just to watch Dave, I think Dave Grohl is one of the greatest drummers of all time. It's weird that he's now famous as being like the frontman of a band and a guitar player, when his drumming talent is like 10 out of 10. Hollywood Vampires, that's Alice Cooper on vocals and like Joe Perry out of Aerosmith. On guitars, Johnny Depp, various members of the Hollywood elite. What about Kids See Ghosts? That's a good one. That's Kanye West and Kid Cudi. These are some of my examples of collaborations that I think, to varying extents, turned me on. Come on then, you tell me down below, what is the greatest supergroup of all time? Thank you. Over and